come on to them in a second. Like I mentioned to you yesterday, they've got a few questions for us. They've been learning about methods and principles of training and things like that. I'm just going to ask you a few questions, if that's all right, with regards to your lifestyle and your training routine itself.
No worries.
So I'll put the camera onto them guys.
Okay.
Say hello.
Wave, guys.
Say hello.
Alright then, Adam, first up we've got Megan. She's got a question for you. So off you go, Megs.
Right, how does your training differ from pre-Olympics and post-Olympics?
Training pre-Olympics was a lot harder than post-Olympics. Pre-Olympics, you're in that stage of training where you're just getting fit. You're getting your body really tired, so you get stronger and stronger. So you're doing a lot of speed endurance work and cardiovascular endurance work and getting your muscles strong. And post-Olympics is obviously where you've done the hard work, so you're just maintaining your form and keeping yourself ticking over for the rest of the races you've got in the season.
Alright, thanks for that one. Jack's up next. What's your question, Jack?
How does your training differ from being a professional footballer to now?
Training from being a footballer is a lot different to being an athlete. As a footballer, you use a lot more cardiovascular endurance and you need to be a lot fitter. Like for me as an athlete, I'm only really running 100, 200 metres, so done in 10 and 20 seconds. So the training's a lot different. You've got to be a lot more powerful as a sprinter, and you've got to be able to convert that power to speed. And you do a lot more technique work as a sprinter. You're running. Or as a footballer, it's not. If you see footballers run, they've not really got the best of technique.
Cool. Cheers for that one. Tom's got the next question.
How frequent do you train? Does this alter at all throughout the year?
I'm training basically every day, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up to Saturday. Sunday off, which is good. And yeah, because I'm at uni as well, so I'm trying to balance the two. So certain days I might not have to go into training because I do have uni, and other days I'll go to training in the morning, then go to uni, and then go training afterwards. So it really does depend on the school year.
So what time would your day start then, Adam? What time would you be up and what time would you have to be at the track to start your training?
Okay, for this morning I was up at 5:15 this morning. I had to get to the track for 6:30, do my session, leave by 8 o'clock, get to uni for 9. I've been at uni till 12:30 today, and then I've been at the gym just doing my weights, and then I've come back here and now I'm on to you, so quite early.
Yeah, we really appreciate the time that you're giving us.
It's not a problem, not a problem.
Brilliant. Next question, Jess.
What do you do to overload your training in order to improve?
What do you do to overload your training, Adam, in order to improve? So how does your training, how is it progressively overloaded? How do you make
we do a lot of the overloading in the winter season, during the winter season, so this year, in the gym and in the running. So you get your body, like I said before, you get your body used to that hard work, and you get it may be hard, you've got a lot of pain, but it just makes it easier, and you get yourself a lot fitter for when you actually need to be in the season running and be fully fit and stuff. So do a lot of the overloaded training in the gym, and so you do a heavy gym session, then come out the next day, run really quick, and then maybe do another gym session, that thing, just to get your muscles built up stronger.
Oh, brilliant. Sean is up next.
Have you ever experienced the reversibility principle? If so, what did you notice?
Did you say the reversibility principle?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of, I think, obviously all athletes, when they have the time off, you feel that come into effect where you haven't trained, and in this sport it's very, very easy to pick up an injury. You can miss 1 week or 2 weeks, so there's ways around it that we do. You can do it on the bike or in the pool, but yeah, if you get a little injury or something and you miss a bit of training, then you feel the effects of that. And like for myself, I've just been a month injured, and I'm trying to get back into fitness, get my fitness back now, and it's quite hard, but yeah.
You mentioned there then, Adam, that you've done a bit of bike training and training the pulse or cross training. How how does that obviously then keep your fitness levels up and things? How beneficial is that to you?
Oh, it's very, very beneficial. Obviously, we'd like to be on the track running, but we do lots of different variations of training. We run up hills, like hill training. We get in the pool for more explosiveness, like jumping in and out of the pool, or swimming to get your endurance up. And on the bike, we either do on the bike or we do something called tempo running, which you use when you're in your race season, and that just keeps your body level up there, keeps you ticking over, makes sure you're using the aerobic energy system to the max, and it borders sort of on the line of that and using aerobic as well. So you just use that to keep yourself ticking over and keep yourself fit.
Yeah, brilliant. Lucy, is it next?
Yeah. What different types of training do you do?
Sorry, what was that?
What different types of training?
I do many different types of training and stuff. I do things like circuit training, and I do a bit of continuous training. We don't do that much continuous training because we don't really need to be that cardiovascular, to be that fit, to have that endurance, but we do a little bit. Obviously, like I mentioned, we do a bit of fartlek where we use different conditions and stuff, like running up hills or running on grass or running on sand, which is quite hard. Weight training, we do weight training. Trying to remember what you tested me here.
That's good, yeah. So it's obvious that you do quite a few different training methods, but each one's applied specifically to like a skill-related principle, yeah. Courtney then, I think you're next, aren't you? Alright, go on then, no worries.
How does your training?
Say again.
How does your training adhere to the specificity principle?
How does your training adhere to the specificity principle, Adam? So how is it specific to the 100 metres, some of the stuff you do?
Okay. Yeah, I do a lot of work for that. Obviously, you've got to be short. You've got to do short, sharp stuff. You've got to be very explosive and very powerful. So you do a lot of plyometrics and hurdle work and bounds and leaps to try and increase that. And obviously, you've got to lift quite heavy in the gym, so you've got to get your muscles strong. And the running we do is quite long, the reps that we do, but it's getting fit to run 100 metres and the 200 metres and not die towards the end of the race, try and maintain your form and run a quick time.
Alright, yeah, nice one. Owen, I think you've got one at you next.
How do you stop yourself from bored with the training?
Bored?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. It depends, it really depends on the type of person you are, obviously. Was the question, how do you stop yourself getting bored?
Yeah, how do you stop yourself becoming bored when training?
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good question. Training can be quite boring, but it depends what you're in the sport for. Obviously, I'm in it because I want to do well, so I just commit to it, motivate myself by committing to it like that, and you mix it in with other things. Obviously, like I said, I'm at university and I do other things like that, chill out with my mates, I'm quite into music and stuff like that, so you just mix it up instead of making your whole life about that type of sport thing.
Yeah, cool. A couple more then, I think. Nicole?
If I want to become faster at running, what advice would you give?
Say that one again, Nicole.
If I want to become faster at running, what advice would you give?
Okay, if you like want to become quicker and you're quite serious about it, obviously you should like maybe join a local club. But if you're not really that serious and you just want to run quicker, working your technique. Your arms are very, very important. A lot of people underestimate your arms in running, and when you see people running, they're more legs. But the harder your arms pump and the harder your arms work, the quicker your legs will go. So I think arms are very important, and getting a good technique and literally just at the beginning of your race, if you stay really low and in your drive phase and then slowly come out, then you'll notice yourself getting a lot quicker. So just work on your technique and
Brilliant.
Progress that.
And Phil, I think you've got one, haven't you, as well?
What advice would you give to a budding athlete?
I'd say to anyone who wants to become an athlete in any sport, not just athletics. So if you're a young footballer or gymnast or whatever you want to be, I'd say take it slow and develop at your own pace. Like, everyone is different. Like, there's 7 billion people on the planet, not everyone's the same, so you're going to develop at your own pace, and some people peak early, some people peak later on in life. You've got to take your time, work hard and commit to what you want to do, and if you really do want to do it, you'll make sacrifices that are hard. Like, you see, maybe your friends will do something else, go out and party, but if you really want to commit to something and really want to be successful, you really got to give it 100%.
And then perhaps the final one then from me, Adam.
Yeah.
A year ago, I think you was still probably a professional footballer for Dagenham. And how come we quit football? What made you change your mind from football to taking the leap and becoming an athlete?
Basically, at football, they offered me a professional contract and stuff, but I was sort of running for the school and stuff, and I was doing quite well. So they said to me, if I had a professional contract, I couldn't carry on with my education. I couldn't go to university and stuff, and I couldn't do athletics anymore. So just sat down with my mum and dad, and they just said, we'd like you to go to university because later on in life, say you get injured in football, you won't really be able to do much else apart from that unless you have a degree. And that's the same for anything. If you need a degree, so but make sure you get that. So they just said, why not try athletics for the rest of the year? This was in January last year. Why not try athletics for the rest of the year and see how it goes? So then I joined up with a training group, and I started training, worked hard, and ran quite quick.
And then, I don't know, one last one. Just give us an insight into the actual Olympics and racing and what it was like actually to compete in the Olympic Stadium.
Yeah, there's no other feeling like running in the Olympic Stadium. You got 80,000 people, British people, like British, screaming for you because you're the British athlete and you're lining up. And it's a weird feeling. You're in what I think psychologists call it a flow state, where you don't really remember too much. You're like so switched on and you're in autopilot mode. But when you run your race and you run against the quickest men in the world, and you sort of look back and you stand there and you realise that you're an Olympian, and no one can ever take that away from you. Like, you can win a medal that can get stolen, whatever, but the fact that you've been at the Olympics, no one can ever say to you, that hasn't happened. And it's just the best feeling in the world, and a feeling that I wouldn't understand why anyone wouldn't want to experience.
Thank you very much, Adam, for your time again this afternoon. It's been so fun. If we would just put our hands together. I'm sure you've got a busy schedule, something to get up to tonight, as I'll be in touch and we'll have to go for another curry in Scunny one night with Nath, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright,
cheers.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye.
It's a day.
Alright guys, we've got about 20 minutes. Go to one of the computers please, and I'll talk to you next.